Officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Philip Season, international referee. Second referee, Mr. Rodrigo Rojas, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the defending champions, Cagayan Valley. At number 4 from Anderson University, Pao Soriano. At number 5 from the Far Eastern University, Rosemary Vargas. At number 8 from the University of Santo Tomas, Aiza Maizo. At number 9 from San Beda College, Janine Marciano. At number 15 from the Far Eastern University, Gwyneth Eulalio. And at number 17 from De La Salle University, Chi Saet. Libero from Anderson University is number 13, Bang Pineda. Head coach for Cagayan Valley is Nes Hamilar. And now the starters for the Philippine Army. At number 1 from the University of San Jose Recoletos in Cebu, Private First Class, Jeannie Sabas. At number 5 from the University of Santo Tomas, Private First Class, Mary Jean Balse. At number 7 from the Far Eastern University, Corporal Tina Salak. At number 8 from Central Philippines University in Iloilo, Private First Class, Jovelyn Gonzaga. At number 14 from the University of San Agustin in Iloilo, Private Nerissa Bautista. And at number 13 from the Far Eastern University, the MVP, Rachel Andakis. Libero from the Far Eastern University is Tin Agno. And the head coach for the Philippine Army is Sergeant Rico de Guzman.
And we are giving away free Mikasa balls. Mikasa, of course, is the official ball of the Shakey's V-League and has been there from day one. The little girl is proud. She doesn't know what happened.
She has a volleyball.
Yeah,
Pwede na siya mag-umpisa.
And she's wondering if Hello Kitty is a cat, which was the most outrageous Facebook trend the other day. Diba? Oh my God.
But at least for the little girl, she can now start practicing.
Yeah, a volleyball is real for her. Nobody has to tell her the Mikasa ball is...
bola ang nakuha niya.
Well, if it's just a brand story, it was a successful one, I must say. Here we are underway with set number 1. Dakis scores the first point, and the MVP is off to a blazing start. Alam mo si Rachel just loves being given challenges. He just rises to them.
Etong si Coach Rico, despite getting the first point already at the sidelines, giving more instructions to the team.
He knows that this Cagayan team, if you give them a chance, nasakta nung set na 25-5 eh. Nasampal eh.
Oh, so papawi yan.
Di mahirap kalimutan yun eh. And Dakis with a brush. Is it going to be outside? Yes, it is off the block. And interestingly, Nes Familiar was the coach of FPU when Rachel Andakis won that UAAP championship with FPU.
So itong si Coach Nes, kilalang-kilala ang galaw din itong si Shell Dakis.
The interesting part is so many FPU alumni are on the Army side there.
Yes.
If they're familiar, green colors, Agno is there. Tina Salak, for instance, is also there. And we have the first point of Cagayan. Now, I noticed for Cagayan, they started off this afternoon, they are going with Chi Saet instead of Giselle C. Mukhang may balasa ng konti, ano?
May konting balasa and probably also adding a little bit more height as well on the floor.
In the meantime, talking of FPU, Gwyneth Eulalio of a later generation, scoring on a regalo early on. Shakey's, if it's one family pizza, it's got to be Shakey's. We're tied at 2. Opening set finals. Live here on GMA News TV. Strike. Oh boy. Nagawa ng paraan ni Chi Saet. It's in the air. Salak. And that's down the line with Jovelyn Gonzaga. Mga nagatanaw sa atong subong sa Guimaras, kag sa Iloilo, kag Negros Occidental. Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan. Ari si Jubilin Gonzaga. Siyempre, pag Ilonggo.
Kailangan ganun din.
Jubilin Gonzaga.
Pero marami rin nagtutweet sa atin mula sa Talisay, Batangas.
Ay, magandang hapon dyan sa inyo. Ay, sana kayo na-enjoy ng volleyball.
And also from out of the country, si Mr. Ricky Avesilia enjoying the game.
International natin this afternoon. In the meantime, here's Balse from the middle, side, keeping it afloat. And there's Bang Pineda. Oh! Good strike that time. It is down the throat of the Army defense. Marciano knocking that in. We're tied at 3. At least andito sa early goings, mukhang all business both teams. They know the importance of winning the first set.
And Cagayan also starting off strong. Ito yung sinabi mo nga kanina that they might have been hurt that bad nung natalo sila at 5 lang ang kanilang pinuntos nung last set.
In the meantime, there's a double block but it bounces outside. We are now at 3-all. 4-3 actually. It should be 4-3 as Cagayan is the one leading 4-3. That's the right score, 4-3 Cagayan. We'll correct that on our own board. In the meantime, here's Balse. Salah. Nice combination. That's inside. We're tied at 4.
And the exchange, nakikita natin both teams not wanting to give the other a big lead.
Yes.
Parang siso, umpisa pa lang to.
Yung baan, sa umpisa pa lang, you want to try the combinations you did in practice. You want to try it right away.
Yes, because isa pang nadadala niya, yung mentally, yung sindak sa kabilang sa kabilang side.
Kasi hindi mo pa nakikita ito, gulatin namin kayo.
You know, some teams would still get a feel of the game, but if you're a more experienced team, like say for example, Philippine Army or Cagayan, na matagal na kayong naglalaro, kaya mo nang isugal yun.
Yes, that is such a valuable point, especially with this, si AdMU, pinakabata sa team na ito as the libero. In the meantime, the strike by Gonzaga! Who once played for the University of St. Lasal in Bacolod. Mga amigo natin sa Bacolod, maayong hapon sa inyo. Sa tag-ulan, hindi ka mo magkadingge, ha? Layong Tiger, katolang usaron nyo. Proudly, Philippine made ba?
Yung different dialects na diba?
Diretso ko na, pinanindigan ko na. Samantala, Balse got that through. How valuable all these teams have played on championship teams? How much experience? Who has the edge in experience,
Well, dito, alam natin, over the 2 itong Philippine Army, nakailang kampyonato na yan dito sa Shakey's Bilig. And bukod dyan, this team has been playing together for a long time. So kung titignan mo yung composition ng team, and even the intensity and how they play today, may edge din ang Philippine Army. But not to take away anything from this strong Cagayan team.
But I love the fact that yung mga veterana ganyan na Nene Bautista, sila Salah, sila Balse, it has this little girl attitude towards the game na still fun to score, still fun to win.
And the intensity is really there.
And Pao Soriano, her attempt to hit the open spot, unsuccessful. It is 8-5 ng Philippine Army.
Thank you, Seven. Before the start of the game, I was able to chat with Coach Nas, and sabi niya na isa sa mga pinag-focus ng kanilang team ay ang kanilang service reception. He said that this was one of the factors that made it difficult for them to win the first game. And ito yung isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit na-demoralize ang kanilang team. He also mentioned that aside from that, nag-focus din sila ng pagta-target ng service. Dapat daw iiwas nila ang bola sa libero. And naging maganda ang galaw ng team during their practices. So Coach Nas is positive that Cagayan will also perform well today. For the Lady Troopers, they have a 1-game advantage, but it's not the reason for them to be confident. Cagayan is a strong team and they recognize this, kaya kailangan paghandaan din nila ng mabuti. During their training, they focus on service reception din dahil ito ang isa sa mga nakitang dahilan ni Coach Rico kung bakit nakakaabante ang Cagayan. Back to you guys.
So both teams practically working on the same area of their game, but that's not going to be a point for the Army as there was apparently a violation. So it is now 9-6. Jovelyn Gonzaga and Dakis, of course, part of the FEU team that won the first conference of the Shakey's V-League for this year. This is outside, and it becomes 7-9. Axel, ang official outfitter ng Shakey's V-League. Sa mga nanonood po sa Pampanga, maaya pagkapanapong kay Kongan ng mga kabalen At tayo'y live sa GMA News TV sa Apanapon ni Kalipo. Alapo, outside! Ang bola. 8-9 na score natin.
Kailangan ng translation, but so many dialects.
Ano lang yun? Malakas ako.
Subtitle ang kailangan.
Sip ako sa biyanan ko eh. Kaya...
Magre-request tayo ng subtitle, no?
Masimple lang naman. Good afternoon lang naman yun. 8-9. Bautista, diretso, tusok. Ang nakakatawa sa mga veterana, no? When they want to play, hindi problema yung age, eh, no? Lilipad at lilipad talaga, eh.
Oo, tsaka ano na rin yung experience, kaya parang ang dali-daling tignan.
Ito mo si King Balse, no? Ito, nakatusok ito sa quick mamaya, iikot yan. Gusto ko yan pag umiikot siya.
At saka closed face na yan.
Hindi maka-trash talk, eh. Gaki is sliding to the floor, unable to give it a float now. Now. It might look like the Army's pulling away, but they're not. Cagayan is knocking at the door very loudly here. They were down at 9-5, but it's now just a 9-10 affair. We've got Paul Soriano all set to serve for all of you. Tinaas ni Agno. Here comes Nene. Side goes the other direction. Nilagyan ng malutong ni Vargas. Bautista gets it through.
You see, very high percentage itong mga attackers, no, from the side of Philippine Army.
Alam mo, sa sarap ng pwesto ni Salak, pwede siya pumorsyento kahit kanino rito. Double block! Double block! Parang sentimiento ng Army na natin patagalin.
Oh, it's like hitting that ball straight into a wall.
Dakis.
Pitik pa si Dakis pababa, eh. So, lakas ng balik.
Alam mo, one of the most underrated aspects of Rachel's game is her blocking. A lot of people like her spiking, her digging, and her serving, actually. Here comes an open set for Dakis. Chisayat in the bind and ends up empty-handed.
That's not gonna cut it, ang sabi ni Sabas.
Mahina. Nes Pamilar is gesturing about their coverage. Somebody isn't in their right position, actually.
And
Look, there he's talking about exactly that. Regalo. Malayo naman. Tinaas ni Sabas. Pinalo ni that's too easy.
And even the simplest of hits, hindi nakukuha nitong Cagayan. They need to adjust their defense.
It's an alertness issue. We take the second look and we will send our cameras into Nes Pamilar's saddle here.
Lagi na lang ganyan na. Kasi nahabol nyo, nakalabas ang kamay, pasok nyo sa loob. Kaya sinasabi, madaling bola, hindi natin may convert ng puntos. Parang tayo nagagawa dito.
What? I have never seen Nes Pamilar. That's probably the worst I've seen of him in a huddle.
Clearly unhappy dahil maganda naman yung umpisa nila, eh. Nawawala lang sila dito sa gitna, bandang gitna.
Anong concern yung blocking, parang kulang sa diin, hindi na i-convert into points.
Oo, yung blocking lumulusot dahil nakadiretso lang yung kamay. What he's asking them to do is ipasok yung kamay nyo, nakapayong dapat yan sa bola.
Diniinan. Here comes Chisayat with the set. The quick. It ends up short. It's 59. Sa panahon ng tagulan, iwasan ng dengue. Lion Tiger katulang gamitin. Proudly Philippine made.
At napako rin itong Cagayan, no? At 9 points.
5 straight points by the Army. Based on that 9 points you were talking about. It happens in volleyball. You don't understand what's happening. You just can't score. Salak!
Philippine Army in control here in the first.
The volleyball, it's 16-9. Napakaagang statement ito ng Army, no? They are just, except for that point, they're making a major statement, pulling away early here against Cagayan.
That's right. And yung mahirap pa dito, no, if you're Cagayan, if your opponent, the opponent you're facing is enjoying the game,
Oh, yes.
mas lalong mahirap basagin yung momento.
When the coaches say enjoy the game, it means they're scoring, they're doing everything that they planned out. to do as Gonzaga got to. Here comes Dakis, that familiar gate. It's down, and it's so simple, getting to be too easy for Army to score here. Don't forget that Mikasa is our official ball here in the Shakey's League.
And what's lacking with Cagayan right now is their coverage. We'll see that a lot of the balls, it hits the hands of the blocker, pero walang nakakabuhay ng bola, nalalaglag yung bola on their side.
When we say coverage, ladies and gentlemen, it's usually an underneath defensive measure. Kailangan may libero or somebody else trying to pick up the ball, especially off a block. Like in this case, it's another clear point for the Army.
And most of the point din nga ng Philippine Army, lahat may touch from the blockers, but nobody's able to pick up the ball on the side of Cagayan.
My God, I can't forget Jovelyn Gonzaga when she was called the Bionic Ilongga.
Binansagan ni Noel Zarate.
Yata, ni AJ yata.
Si AJ pareha.
Yung courtside reporter natin matakpan. In the meantime, Agno tries to track it down in San Juan. Too many people in the Agora unable to catch that one. It's 18-11. Sa panahon ng tagulan, iwasan ng dengue lang yung Tiger Katolang gamitin proudly Philippine made. Chisayet. Di kaya may injury si Giselle C? I don't know.
That we have to find out.
Siguro, no? In the meantime, Sayet, eaten alive by the regalo, capitalized upon by Dakis.
Itong Army, dinadaan sa bilis, lahat ng puntos.
Actually, oo, no? Let's try to sneak into Nespo Milan. Alam mo, si Coach Ness, napaka-affable, napaka-smiling person, But ito, wala pa reason to smile at all si Ness Papilar.
Not at all. And clearly, he's unhappy with how his team is playing. Dahil kung titingnan natin, medyo malaki itong lamang na to.
He wants his team to get interested in winning again. And we recommend that they've got to get their groove back. That is too long. What is the call?
Luckily, there is a violation on the side of Philippine Army. Kahit out yung bola ni Maizo, they get that point.
Remember that in Game 1, Army defeated Cagayan 25-19, 18-25, 25-18, and by the last set of the fourth setter, a horrible 25-5. Army was simply unstoppable in that last set. In the meantime, ano nakain ni Jovelyn Gonzaga sa almusal? She's so hyper. She's so keyed up for this game.
Kung ano man yun, parang gusto ko rin yun.
Pero the condition, the delicate condition that you're in, pagkatapos na.
Sige. Pero ang maganda dito, ito paulit-ulit nating minimension, but the consistency in terms of how the Philippine Army is moving, so far, so good, ngayong first set.
Oh boy, and they get no break. Cagayan, even that looked like a spike that had nowhere to go. It's the blocking outside. It belongs to the Army ahead 21-12.
Cagayan has to do something about this fast. Let's see if they can get a good reception.
They need a scorer. They need a go-to person. Why not Maizo, di ba? Bigyan to si Maizo.
So far,
that can caught as well.
Basang-basa na nga, at the start of the game, during the pregame, isa sa mga binanggit ni Coach Rico, blankado na agad itong si Maizo, umpisa pa lang. Talagang napag-aralan.
And then they know it when she takes a swing at it, markado na eh. Swing pa lang, huli na eh. 10-point lead. Here's Dakis, long. And that's the smile that launched 1,000 likes on Facebook. In the early years of the Shakey's building, somewhere in the middle of its life, Facebook came around and really helped improve everybody's appreciation and fandom of the volleyball game.
Social media really helped a lot.
In the meantime, knowing how to play volleyball well also helps a lot.
Oh, yes.
Because look at this, it's 23-13.
Definitely. So far, all things going well here for the Philippine Army, but Cagayan still remains clueless on how they can address itong nangyayari sa kanilang.
That is so well said. If it's fun, family, and pizza, it's got to be Shakey's. Salak with a jazz with Pao Soriano. Salak goes airborne. Bautista out. Out. Good try, but out. 23-14. Big smile on Nerissa Bautista's face. Boy, if you put all the volleyball gears together on that side of the floor, I see some changes just about to be made, pero hindi magawa ni Nesmo Millar. Service already executed, and there is that turnaround by Balse at his set point.
Ang ganda ng play na yon. Inabot lang talaga ni Sala kay Balse.
No, she is not injured. She's on the floor. They tried to be different today with Cheeside starting off.
The question is, could it already be too late, ano? Because the Philippine Army is down to their last point to win this set.
And maybe in terms of the momentum, kabuelo na.
Oo.
Here comes Balse. Tinaas ni Vargas. Benito is foiled. C keeps it afloat. Benito alanganin talo sa joust, and his first set belongs to the Philippine Army. It's a puzzlement that Cagayan has to solve, and
That's right. And ito, coming into the second set, kailangan nilang